This has been going on for about 10 hours now, and it is still a very active scene behind me. Police saying this is a really good reminder for women everywhere. Do not leave your purse unattended, because when you turn around, someone could grab it and take off with it. This is what customers are finding when they come to check on their cars. The entire contents of the office out here on the street. This neighborhood behind me is eerily quiet right now tonight. This is the Irondale section of Commerce City. It's not quiet because people are sleeping, but because authorities say simply put, it has a bullseye on it. Taxes are on the minds of a lot of people tonight, but for this one woman, if she were to buy one of these Mega Million lottery tickets and win the $39 million jackpot, it still wouldn't cover this alleged tax bill. And this is an area that's very popular with CSU students. One of them was standing right here in her bedroom Sunday night. This window was open and she heard a peeping Tom right out there on the roof. We do know that a child was hit, and it appears from this scene that it was a very young child. We're live at DU. Of course, both candidates will be here next Wednesday for that first presidential debate, but you may feel like you've already heard from them on your phone. She returned home about 7 o'clock yesterday morning, walked into her apartment, and found a man there inside. It really is an amazing story. Now, crews are out here working to repair that sinkhole. As you can see, they've made quite a bit of progress since we were here this morning. And it was here that sergeant was on patrol and plunged 10 to 15 feet down in the middle of the night. A routine patrol turned extraordinary for Sergeant Greg Miller when the ground swallowed his patrol car with him inside.
Then I look, I see the dirt, I see the rushing water going around the car. So next thing, the only thing I could think of is I got to get out.
But he was trapped and in the dark, but for a little light from his headlights.
I can't get the door open, so I have to reach up, grab the rail on top of the SUV of the patrol car, and pull myself out through the driver's side window, get on top of the roof of the patrol car. Then I basically just reach up onto the pavement and then pull myself out.
He suffered a minor injury to his leg and was treated and released from the hospital. Meanwhile, the sinkhole swelled and his patrol car sank further until crews were able to stabilize the area and excavate what remained. Sheridan's public works superintendent says a pipe, part of an Inglewood storm sewer line, failed due to the excessive rain.
All the water and all the erosion, it just found a way through the pipe, created what's called a whirlpool around it, and then it just creates a vacuum, sucks in all the dirt into the pipe, and then just causes a huge sinkhole.
And while the painstaking repair process begins, Sergeant Miller could marvel at his escape.
Something that's I've ever experienced in my career in law enforcement. I've never even seen it.
And crews have put up barriers here as part of the repair process. They also tell us they are hoping to at least partially reopen this intersection sometime within the next half an hour, and they tell us it will take about a week to complete these repairs in full. We have been here all afternoon and evening just watching this scene and waiting for that front door to open. And that finally happened about 20 minutes ago. We watched as 2 bomb squad members and a police dog went in. About 10 minutes ago, they came out, conferred with some of the other investigators. And then about 5 minutes ago, 7 bomb squad members went in, and they remain in there now. Now, of course, they want access. They wanted to be able to collect evidence and clues, things like computers or weapons or notes. The bomb squad arrived here about 5 hours ago. You can see their vehicle over there. Behind that is the mobile command unit. Now they finally have their warrant in hand so they could get inside and start searching.
One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is Carl Halverson Pearson reciting the Pledge of Allegiance at the state capitol in 2011. On paper, he was a young man with promise, a debater and a member of the track team, a Boy Scout on his way to Eagle Scout status. But something went wrong.
You sort of start to connect the dots and realize that someone in your neighborhood has had a tragedy happen to them in many respects, and that someone that you saw grow up from kind of a younger boy into a man maybe have lost it.
His Highlands Ranch neighbors came home to a disturbing scene. Sheriff's deputies and ATF agents, eventually the bomb squad and a mobile command unit. An extra insult to to an already shaken community.
All they said was that they were going to have to do some sort of warrant and that there was nothing in the house right now that would harm me or my family to where we would need to evacuate.
Alicia Callis, who lives next door, says it was surreal.
It's like your adrenaline starts going and you don't know what to think or feel. Like, it's just a crazy, crazy feeling. It's scary because I have 2 little girls. To think that it's so close to home and you just never know.
Authorities say Halverson Pearson's parents divorced last year. Neighbors say he lived here with his mother and sister. He mowed the lawn, they say, and there were no obvious signs of trouble. Now investigators have the task of trying to understand how a Boy Scout could become an alleged gunman inside his own school. And back out live, the other 3 homes across from the gunman's house remain cordoned off with police tape tonight. Neighbors were originally told that they could not leave, but now they are able to go in and out. Now, no one is home at the gunman's house, but wherever they are, it is very difficult to imagine what those family members, must be going through tonight. We're live in Highlands Ranch. Brooke Rogers, CBS 4 News.
Brooke Rogers looked into what's happening with that shop in Arvada, joins us now live with the very latest. Brooke.
Well, Karen, the name of this company is always available. As you can see, that's not really the case. This is what customers are finding when they come to check on their cars. The entire contents of the office out here on the street, even the artwork. And when we asked the owner what happened, he gave us an unexpected explanation. Always Available Mobile Mechanics claims to serve its customers around the clock, but Robert Green has watched his truck sit untouched for 2 months.
He's been putting me off, telling me that they're trying to find parts and everything for it. Come to find out, he's 5 months behind in paying his rent over here at his shop.
When he went to the Arvada shop, Green found an eviction notice and his truck on the street with more damage and more belongings than when he left.
Knocked off my lock and used my truck to put his stuff in out of his shop.
Green, himself a small business owner, paid Always Available owner Ronald Cox $450 to rebuild the engine of his moving truck. The building owner says he is out tens of thousands of dollars because Cox skipped town. But we found him, and he told CBS 4 that the last few months have been a nightmare because of a relative who sabotaged his business. He says he is trying to make up for his mistakes and will tow all the vehicles back to their owners and fix them. But Green says he is skeptical, and when his truck was towed to him Thursday, he had to foot the $200 bill.
I really need this truck back.
Now, this is one of the trucks out here. As you can see, it says tow on it. Now, Cox tells me he is going to take care of all of this. He says he isn't going to charge any of his customers for additional labor or anything beyond what they have already paid. We will keep you posted. We are live in Arvada. Brooke Rogers, CBS 4 News. They could be any father and daughter.
Growing up with my dad was like any other family.
Captured in a snapshot of a happy memory.
Spending time at the beach and loving on him and getting in trouble every now and then.
But for Pat Bolin, the memories have faded too soon.
We did it!
His disappearance from the sidelines in recent years has been like losing the first father of football to fans.
We got fans!
But to Beth Bolin Wallace, the beloved Mr. B is just dad.
A daredevil when it came to surfing big waves in Hawaii, someone that competed in the Ironman triathlon. Seeing a disease start taking those things from someone who has been at the height of their career, I wanted to be very protective of my father.
She says her father kept his disease private, even from those closest to him at first.
And seeing him afraid made me afraid, and I think that fear really can come from a lack of knowledge.
So after the Bolin family's announcement last July that he was battling the disease and would be relinquishing the reins of the team, his daughter decided to attack Alzheimer's in her own way. She has become an advocate for fundraising and for research.
We're all on the same team, those of us that have a loved one afflicted with this disease. My dad's a dad. He may be a public figure in Pat Boland, but he's a father, grandfather.
She champions the groundbreaking research being conducted at the Rocky Mountain Alzheimer's Disease Center at CU Anschutz.
People know who Pat Boland is. Everyone who has Alzheimer's disease can say, I have a solidarity with somebody like that.
She relishes the time she spends with her father these days.
It's different from the dad of 10 years ago, but it's very fulfilling and very sweet.
And she hopes that her voice helps others find the words to speak out.
If you can have impact on one person, we've accomplished something, and then something positive has come out of what is a very negative experience.
Peyton drops to throw.
The touchdown for all of us is to be inspired by the hope of finding a cure and removing the stigma.
Brooke Rogers, CBS 4 News. Right now, investigators in Greeley are trying to figure out what caused 3 fires early Saturday morning. All 3 burned within a mile of each other. Investigators are calling them suspicious. A robbery, a possible sexual assault, shots fired. This morning, a man is dead following a home invasion in Denver. It started at a home at 29th and Lafayette. The shooting and chase came to an end at 22nd and Downing. State authorities are looking for the person they say deliberately started the wildfire that destroyed more than 60 homes near Oklahoma City. That fire started Friday. It was contained Saturday. It's just one of many wildfires spreading across Oklahoma. Right now, police in Boulder are looking for 2 men accused of an attack on the CU campus. Police say a man and woman were walking near the Coors Event Center around 2:30 in the morning last Saturday when 2 men pulled the woman to the ground. When her friend tried to fight back, he was hit in the face. And welcome back. Justin McHeffy's here with your forecast. So we had kind of a nice reprieve from that heat yesterday. Not for long, huh? Traffic is flowing normally again this morning on I-70 after a stuck truck shut down the interstate. Well, you wouldn't know it from the temperature, but it is that time of year. The trees are beginning to change colors. Coming up, we'll help you choose the best spots to see those changing aspens. Stay with us.